or how much effort. It is through knowledge. Those of us who have been married for a few years, I usually tell my boys, I say, Mommy is not home, she's going to be back. And you prepared something for her now. I say, you know how she's going to appreciate what you prepared? Clean the kitchen. Tidy up the place. Be sure that everywhere, the gas cooker, the pot, everything is tidy. Then she will eat the food, enjoy it, and thank you for everything. I said, but no matter how tasteful this food is, if this place is not clean, she won't remember that you cooked a good meal. And I said to them, so do this, and she will be happy. And then they say, every time Daddy is always saying, let's do this for Mommy, you just, I said, when you marry your own wife, do it the way you want. This one that is my own, I know what she wants. Now, when we got married newly, I'm not sure. I don't enjoy as much peace as I do now with her. Neither will she have enjoyed as much peace as she does now with me. You know why? We grew in knowledge. The more I know her, the better it is for me to deal with her and take away things that causes offense. We all know each other's button. You know the button you can press that she will flare up. You don't want to press the button. You know it, but you don't go there. So the peace I enjoy with her is not a product of fasting and prayer. In fact, when we newly got married and we had argument, I went on 3 days fasting. I said, Lord, convince my wife that she's wrong. At least me, I pray. I didn't slap her. Don't be laughing at me. I see what a bushman is this. At least I prayed. I said, speak to her, Lord. Open her eyes. She's giving me difficult. I'm so consecrated. I don't want any woman like church. I said, Lord. And the Lord said, go to Ephesians. When God wants to give you simple answers to what seems to be a complex problem, go to Ephesians chapter 5. Husband, love your wife as Christ loves the church and gave himself for her. So he said, how did Christ love the church? I said, completely, sacrificially, unconditionally, and everything lay. I just keep mentioning lays. 8 of them or 9 of them I mentioned, God said, exactly. Just transpose that into your relationship. And love her the same way. I say, unconditionally. I say, I'm not Jesus. And God said, you ask me, how is it that you can be the best husband you ought to be, and you want me to talk to you? You do this one, then I will work on her. Then it dawned on me that I didn't even know what I was asking for. Once I began to see that Ephesians chapter 5 placed the responsibility of making the wife what I want her to be, places it on my shoulder. And then her responsibility in Proverbs chapter 31, when you read Proverbs chapter 31, it looks as if that man is not working. He doesn't have a job. The woman just does everything. Now, because he's defining her role within the home setting. That's what you see in Proverbs 31. But in Ephesians chapter 5, you will notice that it's talking about the responsibility of governing, of leading, and getting the results you want from your wife. Then it lays on the man's shoulder. As soon as I learned that, and I began to implement it, I discovered that the woman was not the one that was bad. It was my strong head. I discovered that. She will give me an advice. I said, thank you very much. I said, all my life, I never subject my decision to anybody. I've always been responsible. Thank you very much. I'm the head. After I've used my head and the ball was going over the bar for so many times, I humbled myself to listen to her advice. Then I came to the understanding that if the man is 40 years, the wife is 40 years, then that family is made up of 80-year-old man. And if they have 2 children and each of them, maybe the other one 10, another one 15, put 15 plus 80, that is 95-year-old family. A 95-year-old man ought not to make stupid decisions. Okay, that's all right. You don't get that. So once I did all of this arithmetic, I understood that I could enjoy a lot of peace in my family if I know how to operate on it. Is based on what? Talk to me, somebody. Knowledge. The difference between a lawyer and another lawyer who wins a case and the one who has lost, very often is not even the law. It's the knowledge you have. The late legend, Ganifa Wahimi, you know, close to the time he was going to die, a journalist asked him, what's your greatest regret in life? He said, the first case that I lost. I don't know if I will ever get over it till I die. He said, the first case I lost. He said the case was so cheap, the judge was saying, okay, tell me that the judge was almost going to put the laws in my mouth, things to say, so I could defend this guy and all that. He said, I just didn't know enough and I lost the case. He said, when I got to know how cheap the case was and I lost it, I could not forgive myself. I've been looking for the man to pay him, to beg him. I don't know what to do to get over the pain of losing such a cheap case. So he determined he was going to be the best. At least I had some of the lawyers who worked with him very closely said to me, the night before they go to court cases, they stay till 3 a.m. preparing, studying, putting their cases together. And they will all leave by 4 or 5 a.m. to go to take their shower, and they return off to the courts. Until he died, he became a legend. He had a school of thought that if you are a radical person who approaches the law from the point of conscience and from the point typically of then you're just going to follow him. You're just going to be a disciple of his. What changed his life was knowledge. The reason I'm using all of this to illustrate to you why we shortchanging ourselves and robbing ourselves is the fact that I want to challenge you, go back and learn. Let of greater, you see, they say, there's another that says, the wealth of a scholar is where? Is in his library.